Confuse them with your silence, ladies and gentlemen. There are moments in life when your greatest weapon is not your voice, but your silence. Not every battle demands your words. Some victories are secured in the quiet places of discipline, patience, and purpose. You see, when people don't understand you, they talk. When they can't define you, they label you. But the wise don't rush to react. The wise retreat into vision. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. It is the incubator of clarity. While they speculate, you strategize. While they argue, you ascend. Let them think you've stopped. Let them whisper that you've failed. You don't owe everyone an explanation. Because silence in the hands of a person who knows their purpose is louder than any noise made by the insecure. You were not born to answer critics. You were born to fulfill destiny. Eagles don't waste time explaining their flight to pigeons. Stay high, stay focused, so the next time they expect a reaction, give them stillness. The next time they provoke you, give them peace. Confuse them not with arguments, but with progress, with results, with silence that speaks volumes. Because in the end, it's not your noise that will make history. It's your legacy. Silence is often misunderstood in a world addicted to noise. Many take your quietness as weakness, as if saying nothing means you have nothing to say. But the truth is, silence, when rooted in purpose, is one of the most powerful strategies you can employ. It allows you to observe without distraction, to assess without interference, and to plan without interruption. While others are speaking to be seen, you are preparing to be effective. When you refuse to react emotionally, you maintain control. You're not surrendering, you're positioning. You're letting your silence protect your energy and shield your vision. The greatest leaders, the most effective thinkers, and the most impactful doers know when to speak, and when not to. Silence isn't backing down, it's stepping aside to gain the advantage, because sometimes the loudest statement you can make is to say nothing at all. Insecurity has a need to be heard, to be seen, to constantly prove itself. That's why it often expresses itself through noise, through arguments, attention, seeking, and overexposure. But purpose doesn't operate that way. Purpose is secure. It doesn't need applause to feel validated. It doesn't require a spotlight to know its value. Purpose knows who it is and where it's going. When you're truly walking in purpose, you don't waste time explaining yourself to people who aren't assigned to your destiny. You no longer feel the pressure to defend every move or justify every step. Instead, you move in silence because your actions are aligned with a deeper vision. You understand that fruitfulness is louder than words, and destiny doesn't need debate, it needs discipline. So while the insecure make noise to be noticed, those with purpose make progress that cannot be ignored. Vision is delicate. It's a seed that needs the right environment to grow, an environment not of chaos, but of calm. Quiet rooms are where vision takes shape, because silence gives space for reflection, for depth, and for divine instruction. When you're surrounded by noise, voices, opinions, distractions, it becomes difficult to hear your own thoughts, let alone the whisper of purpose guiding you forward. In quiet rooms, you're able to think long term. You're not reacting to the moment, you're building for the future. That stillness allows ideas to mature, strategies to form, and purpose to become clear. Great movements are not born in crowded places. They are birthed in solitude, when the noise fades and only the essential remains. Noise demands urgency, but vision requires stillness. So when you silence the world around you, you give your vision room to breathe, to expand, and to become undeniable. There are situations where words no longer carry weight, where explanations fall on deaf ears and debates become distractions. In those moments, the most powerful response isn't what you say, it's what you do. Results have a voice that arguments can't silence. They speak in a language that even your critics are forced to respect. You don't have to defend your path when your progress is evident. Let the results of your discipline, your consistency, and your faithfulness answer every question. When people question your silence, let your fruit speak. When they doubt your direction, let your growth testify. Because a life of results silences doubt more effectively than a life of constant explanations. Eventually, those who talked the most will have the least to show, and those who stayed silent, focused and steady, will rise. Your results are your reputation. They echo louder than opinions and last longer than applause. So keep building, keep working, and let your results be the loudest thing about you. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey, and not every voice deserves a place in your story. There are people who will question, criticize, and try to pull you off course simply because they lack the insight, experience, or vision you carry. But you don't owe explanations to those who are unqualified to judge your path. When you find yourself compelled to justify your choices to everyone, you give away your power. You open the door to confusion and distraction. The wise protect their purpose by setting boundaries around their energy and attention. Not every opinion is valuable, and not every question requires an answer. Remember, those who truly matter in your life are those who support your growth, understand your mission, and encourage your progress. The rest are merely spectators, noise you can choose to ignore. You owe your explanations only to your purpose, your conscience, and those who walk with you in faith and understanding. Hold fast to that, and your focus will remain unshaken. So today, choose silence as your weapon and your shield. Refuse to be drawn into unnecessary battles. Refuse to explain yourself to those who do not understand your vision. Let your life be a testimony, not of noise, but of quiet strength and unstoppable progress. Remember, the world may try to define you by your words, but your destiny will be defined by your actions. Confuse them with your silence, and watch how your legacy speaks louder than any argument ever could. Stand firm, stay focused, and let your silence be the roar of your purpose. Thank you.